Dear Bradford, you birthed me, shattering my soul into 1,000 pieces across the world, shimmering, scattered. You were the first thing I knew, the first thing I desired, the first thing I questioned, feared, needed to escape. So when the call came to return, I did so with trepidation. It sounds cheesy, but I suppose you only know how much you've changed when you go back to the place you've come from.
What is it, Farhaan? Where are you going?
I left home when I was 18 to taste the world, try and live in as many places as I can.
I ended up teaching in a school in China.
And then Corona happened.
In a gradual instant, as the world shut down, I had to return to my childhood home. It's a city in the north of England, a place that I'd been proud enough to carry around with me, but nonetheless somewhere I needed to get away from. Bradford. Bradford has been so misunderstood for so long because of events that happened decades ago.
One of the most racially divided towns
spoke of the British people's fears of an alien country.
This is the battle for Bradford streets. A largely immigrant neighbourhood of Bradford.
1 in 5 premises standing empty, the bleakest place to set up shop.
But even though I knew what Bradford wasn't, coming back I didn't quite know what it was either. I realised that there's only one person that can help me understand, and that's my gran, Amma. To understand how I ended up here, I guess you have to talk about how my grandparents ended up here.
When the flights from India arrive, they always bring with them a handful of immigrant families.
During the Victorian period, Bradford was one of the wealthiest cities in the world. In one lifetime, that all changed.
16,000 Pakistanis were living in Bradford, working for the most part in the town's textile mill. The West Riding has reason to be grateful to these immigrants who filled an acute labour gap, willing to take on the heavier and dirtier jobs and prepared to work on the overnight shift.
My grandparents were among the tens of thousands of Pakistanis and Indians who made the move to Bradford. Immigrants arrived from far and wide to try to prop up the declining textile industry. It was futile. In the 60s and 70s, mills were closing. The city had become predominantly white working class, yet also had one of the UK's largest South Asian diasporas. Radistan, as it has often been labelled, is overly simplistic. It doesn't capture the multi-dimensional essence of the city. Just because you're brown doesn't mean that you speak the same tongue and believe in the same things.
Oh no, his birthday present's there. Let's get out of this room very quickly.
When I was entering teenagedom, home began to feel a bit claustrophobic and inward-looking. Being brown, male, and having a Muslim name felt especially alienating. Then the riots happened. Seemed to relate to what cousin had once told me. There will come a point where you need to stick to your own. I didn't even know who my own was. Assalamualaikum. Shall I cut some onions? I don't want you crying. Forget the dal.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's just have gosh. Or shall I do the dal?
इसमें देखने कोई ब्लू किताब रखी हुई है
कहाँ?
टीवी के नीचे
Is this Abu Saab's?
हाँ अपने लिखी हुई हाथ से लिखा हुआ है मोर साहब का.
My grandfather, in the family, we refer to him as Abu Saab. He was obsessed with poetry. Some people, I don't think, got him because he was a bit weird for the time.
Writing
wow. So beautiful.
इल्जाम रहा बुए हिना ले गई मुझको मक्तल की तरफ मेरी कज़ा ले गई मुझको एकदम से वो छुपने की अदा ले गई मुझको किस हद पे मगर तेरी हया ले गई मुझको मंजिल की कड़ी मैं भी सुबह गाम नहीं था लेकिन तेरे आंचल की हवा ले गई. ये मेरे लिए उन्होंने शादी से पहले लिखा था.
He passed away when I was 2. Maybe it's through projection, but I feel as though I carry some of him with me.
इंसान बहुत अच्छे थे, मुखलिस थे, हर एक से मतलब प्यार मोहब्बत से पेश आते थे. हमारे घर में इतने लोग आते थे कि बाद दफा जो मेरे बच्चे होते थे ना वो जूते गिन के मुझे बताया करते थे मामा इतने लोगों की चाय बनानी है, इतने लोगों का खाना करना है.
Amma's such an integral part of British history. She was kind of one of the founding figures of contemporary Bradford. And just being with her, I think I got a real sense she's always been open to connecting with people. It made me understand Bradford in a much more nuanced way.
Yeah, cheers, please, yeah. Dear Bradistan, I didn't come here of my own accord, and I can't leave you that way. The people who originally breathed me, fortified me, they're still here within you. Born of distant lands, deracinated, they decided to grow new roots here. Maybe it is time I tended to them. Followed our former footsteps to find out who I became.
Hi, Farhaan.
Yes, Mudge. Knew I could rely on you. How are you doing?
All right, thanks. Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. I just had a quick weird question. Do you remember the address of that flat that me, my mum and Naz lived in? It was the one where I used to watch the trains and you brought that bird in a box, in a shoebox.
Hi.
Yes, Mum. Sorry, quick question. What was the address of the flat that we lived in before Kielder?
Can't remember.
Are you for reals? Ah, here it is, man. All coming back. I remember what I began to see is not a road, but a football pitch. It was right opposite the house, which is just here. Used to play with Stephen Binns. He would absolutely batter me every day. We'd use each of our drives as goals. Now I know why he won, because the drive is much bigger. My drive is much bigger than his drive. And I was basically having to play diagonal alongside there. That's Stephen's mum. Anne, you don't remember me, do you?
This is familiar.
So I used to live across there, and I used to play with Stephen all the time.
Yeah.
Farhaan.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, flipping heck.
And it's great to still see that you're
Well,
here.
we've been here 52 years.
Amazing.
So you do a documentary in your life?
I mean, that sounds a bit grand. Maybe that's a bit too much. I mean,
write a book as well.
Yeah.
I'm an English teacher.
Excellent.
So many different people in this grove over the years, different nationalities. Yorkshire people are much more smiley, much more shiny. Yeah, it's very busy down south. We've had the odd street party, haven't we? Yes, I'm just saying that.
Oh.
Yeah.
What does a street party entail?
Just lots of food. I used to feed this one. Yeah, that's probably why he's come back.
Yeah, exactly. Being great. Yeah, falling in love with the place again, I suppose.
Yeah. Good old Yorkshire.
Good old Yorkshire. Yeah, can't beat it.
Great coming back. Everyone's just so caring and curious and has a wonderful story that they want to share with you. People just more than just tolerating other people, but you know, actually celebrating them in their own way. What a place. Bradford has such a rich past. There's this real vitality surging through the city. Layers of migration and history which add to this kind of wonderful mix and blend of various peoples, and you can smell that on the streets and hear it in people's voices. So these are the poems that didn't make it into the book.
रखा है मैंने संभाल के.
That wasn't the one about the hand though, was it?
नहीं, वो किताब दूसरा था, बहुत अच्छा था, जो मैं कहती ना उंगली पकड़ने का सलीका भी नहीं.
Do you know who does remember that? You know Shoaib? No. Do you want to ring Shoaib Mama?
Shoaib.
हेलो, अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम बेटे जान, ठीक ठाक हो?
मैं टेस्को में हूँ. फोन करा था पहले.
हाँ बेटे, एक बात बताइएगा.
हाँ, क्या?
अब्बू का एक वो जो शेर था ना, कल उंगली पकड़ने का सलीका भी नहीं था, आज हाथ छुड़ाने को दामन बाजू निकल आए, वो क्या था? किताब याद है आपको?
हाँ, मुझे याद है.
बताओ, सुनाओ जरा.
इस जुर्रत एहसास पर आंसू निकल आए.
हाँ.
और रोने पर
रोने के कई और बहाने निकल आए, आंसू निकल आए.
यादों में उंगली पकड़ने का सलीका नहीं था, और आज हाथ छुड़ाने के लिए
बाजू निकल आए. तूफान के आने से पहले तुम जोड़ लो टूटी पतवारी, जो नई नस्ल परवान चढ़ेगी अपनी विरासत मांगेगी. अब रोक थाम सको तो थाम लो ये तहजीब की गिरती दीवार.
You know, reading that poetry, feeling that poetry made me get a sense of what he was going through, his trials and tribulations, the complexities and the contradictions of the guy. It resonated because, of course, I feel those things.
Dear brothers, what the fuck? People don't even know who you are, and I love that. My family, they're heathens and harlequins, tearing up the past that lay before us, unearthing new magic along the way. A bunch of boxless entities, infinitely Bradford.
Me growing up, you know, I did suffer from prejudice, racism, and it wasn't just white people, but also people who have Pakistani and Indian heritage would, you know, say things because I was a little bit different.
बाद में किया ना, फिर जब थोड़े से सेटल हो गए यहाँ पे ना, तो फिर आना जाना भी हो जाता था, लोग भी आ जाते थे, लोग जानने वाले हो गए काफ़ी सारे. तो हमारी एक वही जिन्होंने मुझे खाना बनाना सिखाया ना, वो घर के करीब ही रहा करती थी. तो अब हम जहाँ रहते हैं, नाइस पीपल, एक दूसरे को केयर करते हैं, वाच करते रहते हैं कि कौन किसी के घर कोई गलत तो नहीं आ गया है. बच्चे, मेरा घर था ब्रेडफोर्ड 3 में ना, तो ऐसे मैं जाती थी दरवाजे तक, तो फ़िश एंड चिप्स की दुकान थी, वहाँ से मैं फ़िश एंड चिप्स ले आती थी बच्चों के लिए। दोपहर में हम वही खा लिया करते थे, तो शाम को फिर खाना पकाते थे, ऐसा होता था। मैं क्या हूँ, मैं एक पाकिस्तान से आई हुई हूँ, लेकिन यहाँ आकर फिर जैसा कि वो कहते हैं ना कि जैसा मुल्क वैसा भेस वाला हो गया, तो फिर इन्हीं लोगों में मैं ज़ाहिर मिक्स हो गई हूँ सब में। तो अब मुझे महसूस नहीं होता कि मैं वहाँ से आई हुई हूँ या यहाँ रहती हूँ। मैं एक तरह से इन लोगों को अच्छी तरह से वो करती हूँ, डीलिंग करती हूँ बच्चों से अपने।
Not too spicy though.
Amma's got a special roti and
you had one of these before, haven't you?
Possibly. Yeah, I think so.
Mum got divorced, which was a massive taboo. A lot of aunties and uncles didn't get it, and she was cut off from the community as a result. Yeah, you stood by her. You've also embraced the different cultures and queerness into the family with open arms. I'm very proud of how different our family feels, but I also wonder when it comes to the wider community whether you ever feel perhaps embarrassed or isolated because we are quite different compared to other Bradford families.
नहीं मुझे नहीं, मुझे यही है कि नहीं, मेरी फैमिली वाकई बहुत अच्छी है। देखें ना, इंसान को ये होता है नहीं कि उसकी इज़्ज़त करें, उससे बातचीत करें, अच्छी तरह से ख्याल रखें। ये चीज़ें होती हैं जो उसको करीब ले आती हैं। अगर ये चीज़ ना होती इन लोगों में तो फिर जाहिर है कि मैं इनसे दूर हो जाती ना, ये मुझसे दूर हो जाते। तो अल्लाह का शुक्र है ऐसा नहीं है, और मैं मतलब अपने आप को खुश नसीब समझती हूँ कि अल्लाह मियाँ ने इन लोगों को बहुत अच्छा किया है।
And then
क्या हो गया? सोच रहा है। ठीक हो? रो क्यों रहे हो? Come on. What? रोनी क्या बात है? मैं रो रही हूँ? हैं?
No.
फिर आप क्यों रोए बताएं मुझे?
It's a nice answer. You know, I know how difficult it has been for me, for other members of the family, let alone you, to be different and to be proud of that difference.
Here we are. Well done.
Thank you.
Shabash. A whole bottle of ketchup just for you.
What?
I don't think there were any small packets. Never mind. So you don't like curry sauce? Can I have some chips?
ले लो।
So Amma, when was the last time you were here?
35 years before.
Wow.
मैं बस घूमते चलते फिरते रहते थे, वहाँ पे बैठ के हम वॉक करते रहते थे, एंजॉयमेंट करते थे, मौज साहब शायरी भी करते थे।
When I was a kid, what did you think I would be like? What did you think I would end up doing? Did you ever have an idea of the type of person I might be?
एक अच्छा इंसान बनोगे, मुझे पता था। It's a nice man.
Good answer. But seriously.
मुझे पता था।
All right, okay.
कि मेरा बेटा मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा प्यार करेगा।
Oh, well, that's nice.
Look looking for a small boy about 2 years old.
I've got that. Do some spins, Baz.
Dear home, my language has always been a longing for you. The words I use might have changed, but if we're really honest, you have too. Yet here we are in perpetual motion, both spinning within one another. North begins inside, and if light is in your heart, you'll make your way there.